wine. Mary says to her son, I wish I could help somebody here, because while Jesus may be Jesus to somebody else, to Mary he was just her God Almighty. He was her son. And so Mary says to Jesus, they have no wine. And Jesus in verse number 4 says, what does that got to do with me? I didn't come for the wine. I didn't come to drink. I came because I was invited. Somebody knows. I came because I was invited. What that got to do? See, Mama didn't understand fully, even though she had the vision and the theophany from the angel Gabriel that Jesus was going to save his people from their sin. She really didn't understand what all of that entailed. And so Jesus says to her, my hour is not yet come, which means it's not time yet for me to begin my earthly ministry. I wish I had a witness here. Because you do understand that the Lord works on a set time. I wish I had a witness here. That's why he's never late. Can I tell somebody that? I said that's why he's never late, because he works on a time schedule. The problem is with us, we don't know his time schedule. Jesus says, my hour is not yet come. But verse, oh, I wish I had time to talk to this. Verse number 5 says that Mary did not say a word to Jesus. She did not reprimand him. She did not rebuke him. She did not chastise him. Mary, the mother of Jesus, simply turned to the servants and the attendants who was at the wedding feast, and she said to them, whatever he say to you. Somebody understand what I'm talking about. And see, that's the way Christians should be. Whatever Jesus said, just do it. Christians talk too much sometimes. You tell them to set a welcome, they got to give you a speech before they set a welcome. You tell them to MC a program, they got to give you a whole dialogue before they MC. You tell them to preach a sermon, they got to get up and talk before they preach a sermon. Christians sometimes talk too much. Whatever the Lord say to you, somebody knows what I'm talking about. Do it. I think Nike borrowed this. Just do it from this particular text. Whatever Jesus says to you, do it. Just do it. You ain't got to talk about it. You ain't got to have no discussion about it. There don't need to be a meeting about it. Whatever he said to you, do it. That is the greatest advice that's ever been given. Whatever, folk get up sometimes and say, the Lord told me to do such and such thing, and so I'm going to do whatever he said. Just do it, man. I don't understand sometimes. What folk get pats on the back? What they trying to make an introduction? If he tell you to stand on the corner, stand on the corner. If he tell you to give you $100, give $100. If he tell you to help the guy who's peddling flowers on the corner, help him. If he tell you to give to the poor, give. Whatever he say, just do it. Just do it. Bible says in verse number 6, I'm going to be through here because it was so strange to me that he would turn water into wine, because throughout history, wine has been known as an alcoholic beverage. Is that right? That's right. Throughout history, wine has been known as an alcoholic beverage. Wine is an alcohol beverage made from the fermentation of grape juice. Yeah, the process of fermentation, or what turns grape juice into wine, is the interaction of yeast with the sugar that's in the grapes, and it creates or produces ethanol, or as commonly known, alcohol. Somebody know? Yeah, it's a natural process. It's a natural process in which heat and oxygen can cause the wine to be bitter, sour, or tasty. And that's why, brothers and sisters, during the process of turning grape juice into wine, heat or temperature, as well as oxygen or breathing of the wine must be regulated and monitored. In the Bible, people would grow grapevines and pluck the grapes off of those vines, put those grapes in a trough, crush those grapes with their feet in order to drain juice, pour that juice into wine skin, and this wine skin allowed the juice to ferment, or the yeast to interact with the sugar and regulate or restrict the heat or the temperature and the oxygen or the breathing of the juice, and thereby turn grape juice into wine. And so Jesus now does something strange, because verse number 6 says that there were 6 water pots of stone. All right. These water pots were used for the purification period that the Jews had. Each water pot was somewhere between 18 and 27 gallons of liquid. All right. Jesus took those water pots and had the servants to fill the water pots with water. Bible says they filled them to the brim. Now, brothers and sisters, if you don't know anything else about wine, if you put too much water into wine, wine ceased to become wine. All right. Come on. In order for wine to hold its taste and to hold its content of chemicals, it cannot have much water added. Somebody knows. Now, some of y'all should know about that from buying Boom Farm. White Coke. Put too much water in the wine and you mess it. All right. You mess up the wine when you put too much. But Jesus had them to fill 6 water pots with water. All right. How in the world do you turn water? How in the world do you turn water into wine? They filled them up to the brim. Verse number 8 says, Jesus said unto them, now, now, draw some out. I wish I had a witness here. Now, drop some out. Only Jesus can turn. I got the word. All right. Only Jesus can turn the water. Only Jesus can turn water into wine. And that's why I submit to you that you ought to try the man for yourself. All right. I wish I had one. You ought to try Jesus for yourself. Because Jesus is the only one